Okay, today we're going to go over volume of spheres. So the objective here is to be able to use the volume of a sphere formula to find the volume of a sphere. All right, so I'm going to show you how to sketch a sphere. So I'm going to draw a red circle, and that's going to have a radius of r. And then I'm going to draw another circle, and it's sort of going to look like it intersects this circle. So I'm going to draw the other circle like this. So I'm going to draw like this part, and then I'm going to draw another part with a dotted line behind it. So this is how you would draw a sphere. That blue part would also have a radius, and that radius would be the same length as the first radius. So the radiuses in the sphere would be the same. So oftentimes when you get to a problem, you're only going to see one radius. It's because the radiuses are all the same length in a sphere. So to find the volume of a sphere, the formula is volume equals 4 pi r, and this time this is going to be r cubed, all divided by 3. So this is the formula for the volume of a sphere. It's 4 pi r cubed divided by 3. So notice the change. This is r cubed, not r squared. So this is a sphere. The next one is a hemisphere. So this would be like a half of a sphere. Okay, for the hemisphere, what I'm going to suggest you do to sketch it is draw a sphere. So I'm going to draw it just like I did before. So here's my circle, and then here's my other circle. And then the way we're going to turn this into a hemisphere is we're just going to erase the bottom part of the red circle that I drew. So if you just erase this part, then you have a hemisphere. So this is how you could get your hemisphere. And then in your hemisphere, you would have a radius. So this would be the radius. Or they might give you this radius here. So these are both radiuses. Just like in the sphere, either one, the radiuses would be the same. So the volume formula for this hemisphere is going to be volume equals 2 pi r cubed, all divided by 3. So this is the volume formula for a hemisphere. So note there's a subtle difference between the volume of the sphere and the hemisphere. So this is 2 pi r cubed divided by 3. The volume of a sphere, remember, that's 4 pi r cubed divided by 3. So both of these pictures they give you is a full sphere. So the radius in number 1 is 5.5. So I'm just going to plug that into the formula. So it's volume equals 4 pi r cubed, all divided by 3. So the radius is 5.5. So this would be 4 pi times 5.5 cubed, all divided by 3. So 5.5 cubed, so this would be 4 pi times 166.38, because that's 5 cubed, all divided by 3. So you're just going to plug this into your calculator. Remember, pi is 3.14. So it will be 4 times 3.14 times 166.38, all divided by 3. So the volume here is 696.56, and this was inches cubed. So this is the volume of that sphere. All right, and then I'm going to scroll back up because there was a second example. So in example 2, they give you, this time the length goes all the way across the sphere. So this would be like a diameter. So if the diameter is 12, remember that means that the radius is 6. So I'm going to plug in 6 for the radius into my volume of a sphere formula. So remember, its volume of a sphere is 4 times pi times 6 cubed. Remember, 6 cubed means you're going to multiply 6 together 3 times. So this would be 4 times 3.14 times 216. All that gets divided by 3. So you get that the volume is 904.32. And I believe this was inches. I'm going to scroll back up. Nope, this one's centimeters. So this one's centimeters cubed. So that is the volume of that second sphere. So pause the video if you need to finish copying this one down. The last example I have for you is a story problem. So it says a bowl is in the shape of a hemisphere. So that's a half a sphere with a diameter of 9 inches. Find the volume of the bowl. So first, let's just reread that and sort of use the information that they gave us. They tell us we have a bowl. The shape is a hemisphere. So it's a half of a sphere. So if you're having difficulty drawing a hemisphere, my suggestion would be draw a sphere. So here's my sphere. And then just erase the bottom part of the red. So just erase this bottom part, and then you have a hemisphere. So there is my hemisphere. The diameter of the hemisphere is 9 inches. So remember, the diameter goes all the way across. So this is 9 inches. So they want you to find the volume of the bowl. So this is a hemisphere. So I know the volume formula is 2 pi r cubed divided by 3. So this is the volume formula for a hemisphere. So we know that the diameter is 9, but we don't want the diameter, we want the radius. So if I divide 9 by 2, I'm going to get that the radius is 4.5 inches. So this is what I'm going to plug into my volume formula for this hemisphere. So volume here is going to be 2 times 3.14, because that's the value of pi, times 4.5 cubed. So remember, 4.5 cubed means you're going to multiply 4.5 by itself 3 times. So you're going to do 4.5 times 4.5 times 4.5. So as you get that, that is 91.13. And then we're going to divide all that by 3. So you're just going to plug this into your calculator. And when you do that, you get that the volume of this sphere is 190.77. Let me double check the units real quick. Inches, so this was inches. So 190.77 inches cubed. So that is the volume of that hemisphere. And so this does it for your guided notes on spheres and hemispheres. there is an assignment in MathXL for you to do and turn in. If you have any questions, like always, please feel free to contact me.